This review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft.
Hey there, how you doing? Welcome back to Ollie's Airsoft. And this time around, it's another gun review. And what I have here is the Classic Army. It's a Sportline Premium Series gun, and it's the LWRCM6. Now, I'll show it to you now in a moment. It does look, to most of you, maybe a little bit vanilla. Looks like a standard M4A1. But when you have a look at the trades, you can see they are LWRC, and the nice thing about the LWRC in the real steel is that they're not chambered in the regular 5.56. This one in the real steel world is chambered in 6.8mm. So straight away you get something a little bit different. I said it's a Sportline, but I also said the Sportline Premium. The difference between a regular Sportline and the Premium range is that this comes with a full metal body. Now otherwise the components are pretty much the same. Gearbox is metal, hop units metal, so I certainly don't have anything hugely negative to say about them. I have looked at a couple of Classic Armies in the past which I wasn't too impressed with from a build quality standpoint. This one certainly seems to be a step in the right direction. The metal body certainly helps that, but you can tell looking at some of the finer details that it still is a Sportline model. The rear sight, while functional, the moulding isn't as good as it might be, the pistol grip isn't as flush fitting as it could be, but you know what, they all work, they all do what they're meant to do. Stock isn't fancy, but again, you know, it locks in place, it's solid enough to use, so I can't really complain about it. There are some nice features in this gun. One of the things I really liked, made it sound very simple, the selector switch has a nice positive action. Even on some high-end guns, you won't find such a nice action. It clicks into place very nicely indeed, and certainly have no problems in the field with it, as we have had on some guns in the recent past. But the biggest shock I got with this gun was when I actually took it out in a game and fired it. It has a really nice rate of fire. It's not massive. We have yet to chrono it. Hopefully we'll do that and include it in the review. I'm guessing it's around the 14-15 BPs a second, which is a nice rate of fire for a regular gun. But the thing that really pleased me about this gun was the range. Considering this is a Sportline model and it has a stock barrel in it, the range out of this thing was outstanding. I was able to outrange people who were using much higher end guns, and you know yourself, in airsoft, having any sort of advantage at all really does pay dividends. And being able to stand off people who were, you know, their BBs were falling short of me, and I was able to take them out. Very, very impressive indeed. Now, the accuracy wasn't super out of this. You could tell towards the end of the range that the BBs were spreading out quite a bit, but not so much that, you know, it was really going to affect how you play. You know, any gun, when it's at the end of its range, you're going to get some dispersion. This one maybe had a little bit more than most, but hey, it still had the range to reach out there and to hit targets. So that was the main thing. I was really, really pleased about that. It handles nicely, as I say. It's in this sort of vanilla M4A1 type configuration. Battery goes in the handguard, easily removable. Not a big fan of A-pillars, but hey, what can you do? Nice metal flash hider. You can change that out. It's got a standard negative 14mm thread. You know, if you really get antsy about the rear sight, you can swap that out easily enough as well. But overall, I was very pleasantly surprised by this gun, because considering it is a Sportline, I didn't expect it to have the level of performance that it gave. I ran this on a 7.4 Kong Power LiPo, 1900 milliamp hour capacity, 22C. So it can fairly pump out the amps, you know, when a gun has the ability to use it. And this gun ran flawlessly for me for the morning's play. And the morning's play was a reversal of the same game. It was basically capture the flag. And for any of you who know Red Barn, the site we play on most of the time, can be rather a long game, and it's a bit of a BB fest. Which, you know, when you have large forces against each other playing on such a large site, can happen. But this gun was easily able to handle it. and performed very nicely indeed. So yeah, well done Classic Army. I think this, considering it's a sport line, this is very much a step in the right direction. We don't normally give out prices because, you know, we're a global channel, but in Ireland anyway, this gun comes in around €200, and for the money, this is one of the best guns I've played with for that level of cost. Very impressed indeed. My favourite budget gun to date has been the G&G Raider, and it's still up there with the very best of them. But I think Classic Army seems to be doing something right with this anyway, and I definitely recommend you check it out. If you're into your trades, yeah, there's some nice sort of screen printed laser etched LWRC trades here, and what's nice about that is that LWRC isn't something you're going to see an awful lot of in the field. It's all going to be Armalite, Colt, whatever. So it's an interesting trade if you're that way inclined. Can't really say much else about it. Enjoy using it, good range. And there's Jerry coughing up a lot. So don't ever give out to me about what's in my pocket. Yeah? Never mind. We leave that in. Just for authenticity. You okay now, Jerry? Do you want the oxygen tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.